What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, right here, undefeated, newly crowned WBO lightweight world champion, superstar boxer, Keyshawn the Businessman Davis. 13 wins, no loss, no draw, 9 wins by way of knockout. Keyshawn Davis is 26 years of age, stands at 5'9" with a 70-inch arm reach. Now, I believe Keyshawn Davis' arms are longer than listed. With that said, this upcoming Saturday, June 7th, hometown, Norfolk, Virginia, Keyshawn the Businessman Davis is going to take on lightweight Dominican star title contender who is highly avoided in Edwin De Los Santos, who has 16 wins, 2 losses, no draw, 14 wins by way of knockout. 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach himself. And he's only 25 years of age, Edwin De Los Santos is. With that said, they're going to fight. Edwin De Los Santos is a very difficult opponent. He's a southpaw. He's explosive. He's athletic. He has a lot of power. And he's known for his showdown in September of 2022, where he brutally knocked out Jose El Rayo Venezuela, okay? And then he got the opportunity to fight against Shakur Stevenson 2 fights later, and he lost the unanimous decision. Nonetheless, they're going to fight, okay? And Keyshawn Davis is doing interviews and promotion, and he did a great interview and a great sit-down with a Hall of Fame Olympic gold medalist, 2-division world champion, undefeated, iconic superstar boxer, Andre S.O.G. Ward, okay? And so with that said, he did a sit down with Andre Ward. Great interview. You could check the interview out. And they discussed possible upcoming showdowns and possible upcoming fights and so on and so forth. Okay. And they landed on a guy that Keyshawn Davis is extremely familiar with. And that's 2-time Olympic gold medals, Cuban superstar. He's a superstar in Cuba, but he's a star as a professional boxer in Andy Cruz, who is 29 years of age. They fought 3 times in the amateurs, and Andy Cruz beat Keyshawn all those times in the amateurs, okay? And Andy Cruz, because he was stuck in Cuba for so long, Andy Cruz only has 5 total fights and 2 knockouts in his career, okay? Now, he does have another fight coming up, but again, he's Olympic 2-time gold medalist, and we understand the politics in Cuba. And in this interview, you're going to see with Andre Ward and Keyshawn Davis, they're going to talk about this because they continue to discuss Andy Cruz and Keyshawn because the brashness, the confidence, the skill set and the talent of Keyshawn Davis, right? And they attest the only way they seen him lose was lose to Andy Cruz in the amateurs. And Andy Cruz, he plays to that himself. And he says that he's Keyshawn's daddy, so on and so forth, right? And he's 29 years of age. With that said, Keyshawn Davis shockingly tells the world, because Andy Cruz is and Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn of the Zone, they make it seem like Keyshawn Davis is doing the ducking. Well, Keyshawn clears the air and let it be known, we tried to make a fight with Andy Cruz, and guess what? They said they're not ready. So let's listen to what he had to say right here.
Mentioning me, you know, that Cuban dude, yeah, keep mentioning me every time you fight in the Zone, my name getting brought up. Keep mentioning me, you know.
Let me ask you about that though. You and the Cuban, y'all, you gonna fight him in the pros?
Hell yeah. Yeah.
How's that gonna go? This ain't the amateurs no more.
Right.
How you think a fight with you and him gonna go?
Under 6.
You gonna stop him?
What? Hell yes.
Have you had any real conversations about fighting him?
Yes.
Just talks. Y'all had some talks?
They ain't ready yet. They gonna see this, right? And they gonna get on social media. Oh, he ain't never seen me no contract. Oh, he ain't never talked to me. Yeah, you right. I never did talk to the fighter.
But when he on social media, he sound like he ready now.
You gotta sound like that though, you know?
Not tomorrow, now.
You gotta sound like that. I was talking trash to Devin Haney. I was like 7-0, saying I'm ready now. I'm knowing damn well I wasn't ready now. I was going 8-round fights.
Yeah.
I know I ain't ready now. You gotta sound that way though.
Yeah.
Round fights.
Yeah.
I know I ain't ready now. You gotta sound that way though.
Yeah. So you don't believe me?
I know how it go.
You don't believe me?
No, I know how it
Cruz
go.
ain't ready for you.
No, he not.
Really?
But we can fight though. But they said no for right now.
Right. This is what I'm saying. How could you not be a fan of Keyshawn Davis and his approach? He's saying that he's not ready, and I'm going to stop him in 6 or less. And Andre Ward said, I need to see that. And Keyshawn, you can see from his body language, we reached out. They said they're not ready. So here's the thing. Andy Cruz, understandably, is in early stages of his career. And Andy Cruz is 29 years of age. He needs to be fast-tracked, okay? And everybody's pointing to this because when you have fighters like Keyshawn Davis that are very confident in themselves, but is a world champion, you know, people start to dislike him. But I don't know how you dislike Keyshawn Davis. If you're not a fan of Keyshawn Davis, you're not a fan of the sport of boxing. This is the representation that we look for as fans in the sport of boxing. The best looking to fight the best. The mere fact that he's letting you know they even reached out to Andy Cruz to try to make a fight, that tells you everything you need to know. The mindset, the approach. Keyshawn Davis fighting Edwin De Los Santos. That in itself tells you he ain't making his story up. Because Edwin De Los Santos is a very dangerous opponent. And for your first title offense, your first title defense, you going to fight Edwin De Los Santos voluntarily? Not because he's your mandatory, not because he's high ranked in the rankings, but you choosing to fight this level of opponent like you did Gustavo Limos and then beat Dennis Baranchik easy? I mean, this tells you this is the epitome of what we want as fans in the sport of boxing. Again, if you're not a fan of Keyshawn, you're just not a fan of the sport of boxing. And you're probably a man fan of specific fighters. But this is the mentality and the approach that we want. And the fact that Keyshawn is like, we could fight. Y'all talking about Andy Cruz beating him in the amateurs. Remember, he's 3 years older, so he's more mature than Keyshawn Davis. Physically and mentally. Right? So you're talking about something that happened years ago. Keyshawn was 16, he was 19. Keyshawn was 17, I think he was 20 years old, right? So we got to take these things into consideration. But boxing is boxing, right? Carissa Shields was 17 and beating 30-year-old women, right? So boxing is boxing. Not to take anything away from Andy Cruz's skills and talent. But he got to be fast-tracked. He's almost 30 years old. So they building this up. They're using Keyshawn's name. And Keyshawn is saying, listen, I knocked on that door and he ain't ready to answer. And I know how it is to knock on doors when you ain't ready to answer because I did the same thing with Devin Haney. He's being honest about it. I mean, this tells you everything you need to know. But let me know what y'all think, man. I got Keyshawn putting on the best performance of his career against Edwin De Los Santos in his hometown in Norfolk, Virginia. It's going to be spectacular next Saturday, June 7th. Make sure y'all tune in. But that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this. Who y'all got? Keyshawn versus Andy Cruz as professionals. Who y'all see winning? It's your boy Blue signing off. Remember, so they built Savannah Marshall up because she beat Carissa Shields in the amateurs. And then when they fought in the pros, we know the rest was history. As Carissa Shields tapped that, y'all already know. And that's all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.